Hello, Spider Wayne here, and today I am on my way to meet up with a fellow motovlogger from Canada, Jarvisbiker, whose name also happens to be Wayne, but I'll refer to him as JB, which is short for his YouTube channel, Jarvisbiker. A few days ago, JB reached out to me on Instagram to see if I was interested in meeting up on the weekend for a nice day of riding, including finding a place for brunch. It took me 2 or 3 nanoseconds to reply, heck yeah. Now for JB, it ended up being about a 150-mile ride before we got to our brunch destination, so his total for the day round trip was over 300 miles. JB started his day in Jarvis, Ontario in Canada, and he rode about 70 miles east to the border crossing at the Peace Bridge in Buffalo, New York. I left Lewiston, New York a little while later, and I rode 25 miles south to the Peace Bridge border crossing, and we met up in a Burger King parking lot about 2 blocks from the Peace Bridge. From our meetup point, we rode about 80 miles southeast to enjoy a wonderful brunch at Sprague's Maple Farms in Portville, New York, which is about 5 miles north of the Pennsylvania state line. So we met up at about 8:30 a.m. and we chatted for a bit, and that is where JB happened to mention that on his recent rides in the U.S., almost everywhere he goes and all the small towns he rides through, he always was seeing these Dollar General stores. And I really hadn't noticed that before, but I certainly do now. We are now coming to our brunch destination. Sprague's Maple Farms is well known in the region for its authentic maple products. What people may not know is how the farm was started and what goes into the process. Randy Sprague began sugaring over 40 years ago on a small scale, as a hobby. In the beginning, Randy would just make enough maple syrup for the family's use or to give a little away. A couple of years later, he decided to expand into a commercial operation, so they had to increase the number of taps they were putting out from a few hundred to about 25,000 taps. They purchased several pieces of property and they also rented taps from other owners. The sugaring season is short and intense. It's from mid-February to the end of March, so just a few short weeks. Maple sap is a diluted liquid with only 2% sugar content. So you have to boil away 40 to 45 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. Sprague's Maple Farms makes a variety of maple products, including syrup, maple cream, maple sugar, jelly, and granulated maple sugar. All of their products are packaged in very decorative containers, some in glass, which has been imported from Italy. There is something for everyone, all sizes, prices, and quantities. Sprague's ships large orders across the country and into Europe as well, and they do sell a lot of syrup to specialty shops across this country. The restaurant is a beautiful facility, and the food, especially the all-day breakfast foods, are absolutely wonderful. The ride to Sprague's is one of my favorite rides in my region, and Sprague's Maple Farms is most definitely one of my favorite places to eat.